Welcome to Catchy Cartoons. Today we're going to start the first of a series where I show you how to draw the animals of the alphabet. We'll start with the letter A for alpaca. Let's learn those ABCs. First we'll sketch some simple shapes and forms as we lay down our rough drawing. This will be the foundation of the drawing. We'll start with a circle for the head, an eye line to place the eyes, and a little cup-like shape for the muzzle and the jaw area. Big eyes that intersect the eye line. A fairly big nose and mouth within his small facial area. Simple triangles for the ears. And of course a long neck. You should have a medium-sized body, rounder at the bottom to give him a bit of a belly, and flatter along the top. Starting from the shoulder, we'll angle the leg inwards to a simple little hoof, up towards the elbow and back to the shoulder area. For the back legs, we'll angle the line inwards to his back foot, back up along the same line, angle the line out for his knee, and back towards his bum for the hip. You'll see that the legs all vary in thickness. No need to worry, as they're just a rough guide for my pose and will be corrected as I sketch in the wool. You should always try to be aware of the character's anatomy, as good anatomy leads to good drawing. Unless you're drawing a stylized or wacky character, then you can throw the rules out the window. Now to roughen the wool. We'll start by making him really woolly as we cover his cheek, and we'll take the wool over his eye. This will create a hood of sort. We'll add some mass to his forehead, and we'll draw a curved line down along his neck to give it some shape. To show some dimension, we'll make the wool thicker by the face as it wraps around the cheek, and then bring the line in closer to the neck. Alpacas look like they're wearing those old one-piece pajamas, so we'll push that look by giving them thick baggy pants and sleeves. Now this is the time to make the legs consistent in size as we add the wool. We'll thicken up the tail a touch. And now that our alpaca has taken form, we can move on to the tie-down pass. This is the fun part of the process as we see our drawing start to come to life by adding some detail and making a few adjustments to the shapes and forms. We'll nail down the eye, shave a touch off the bridge of the nose, define the muzzle and mouth, and give him a little bottom lip to add some character. For his wool, we'll quickly sketch in some fluffs of different shapes and sizes. The wool should be fairly tight along the eye to keep the expression clean. We'll make the top of his head woollier and thicken up the back of his neck. I'm flattening the wool along his back to give a sense of weight. This gives the illusion that the wool is falling down along his body. We'll make his pajamas cozier by thickening up his pants. And let's flatten the fluffs where his leg comes into contact with his body. A nice woolly belly. His forelegs are in good shape, so we'll continue with our random fluffs down along the rough line. Keep the wool tight by his feet to keep the shapes interesting. I think his tail could be even woollier. Since alpacas have cloven hooves, we'll accentuate them by splaying the toes. Let's make this guy sillier by giving him flat feet. And we'll finish this pass off by adding some definition to the ears. The second tie-down pass is where we define the line with a little bit more polish by applying a darker and more committed line. Usually I'm still searching for the right line, but since I'm fairly happy with what I've got, there won't be much adjusting. We just need to bang down his expression, making sure he's looking woolly, that his hooves and ears are clearly defined. Now to the cleanup stage. The cleanup stage is where we apply a nice clean line. This line will also help finalize the style of the design or drawing. In my Curious Bunny video, I talk about my rules of thumb for a simple or graphic style, such as exterior lines should be thick and the interior lines thin. With this alpaca being more in the traditional style, I'm going to keep the line weight consistent throughout the drawing. Be sure to apply thick and thins to your line as it gives the line life. You don't want the line to look like a bent wire. Don't be afraid to make some adjustments while applying the cleanup. I'm sure that most of you have noticed that I've adjusted the fluff by altering some shapes, making the wool tighter in spots, and adding some definition to the wool along his back, while still retaining the weight of the wool. Now it's time to add some color to the alpaca. Alpacas come in a variety of colors, and I think a light fawn or peach would look good for this guy. We'll use a lighter color for his ears and face, as the contrast of the light against the dark will frame the face. And it will also give the illusion that the wool is shorter in length. I suggest a slightly darker color to define the inner ear, and dark hooves to help ground the character. And now you've just drawn an alpaca. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more catchy cartoon videos, please click on the subscribe button, click the bell button to be notified of my next video. Please share this video and leave a comment. And send me your drawing of this alpaca. You never know, you just might see it in an upcoming Catchy Cartoons video. Thanks for watching.